Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sporting160EN Podcast. We're on episode 155, and we have got an absolutely jam-packed episode for you today. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let me introduce you to my co-hosts. First, we've got the main man from the Six, Mr. Danny Saldana. How are you doing today, man?
Jeez, from the Six. What's up, boys? Rocking the new Sporting kit. These guys, Lajaver, kind of has their shit together and got it in a reasonable time frame. It's amazing, even though I still have to pick crazy ass customs, but I think that's more of a Canada problem. But yeah, doing great. Happy to be on, boys.
Yeah, good to have you. And last but certainly not least, we got the main man, Chris. How you doing today, man?
It's a clean kit for sure. I think it's a slight improvement on last year.
Definitely.
Obviously, we can have cases about the similarity and the fact that it's the exact same kit, but just in a vacuum, the kit on its own, it's a clean kit. But yeah, I'm doing good, ready to speculate heavily.
Yes, speculate and hopefully manifest, I guess you could say. Without further ado, we'll get on to sort of the biggest story that has been all over Twitter the last few days, and it's been all over just in general. So, Chris, I'll start with you. How excited are you that Sporaz's dogs have joined him in Greece?
I am thrilled because I actually really pay close attention to this. So it actually seemed like he was saying goodbye to them for a month. So I was like, oh, the dogs aren't going to join up with them for a month or whatever. Maybe they're like at a rental before they move into like a place that they buy. I don't really know what's going on. But then I saw the dogs and I was like, all right, that was like a week, not even. So let's go.
Yeah, Danny, any other thoughts, man?
Honestly, like easily the top story we have today. I'm grateful. I'm very happy. I've moved out. I've been away from my dog for about like a week and a half now, and I only understand the pain that Sporting's been going through. So to see them, sorry, I might actually shed a tear. To see them out there in Greece, it's amazing. What?
How's life without your
Bro,
dog?
my mental health has been through the roof. It's been amazing. I have some side notes since we're on here. I have some like chicken that's been marinating since last night, and I can't wait to cook it and eat that shit because I think it's gonna be. But yeah, that's how it's been.
I'm gonna be real. I thought you were talking like a pet chicken. You're on dogs. Like, I've got a chicken.
Jesus.
Cook it. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, he moved to a farm actually.
Yeah. A farm in the Six.
But yeah, obviously we're talking about the main man, CR7. News broke. Laurie Whitwell, who's a journalist for The Athletic, actually broke this story. So he said George Mendes has talked to Sporting about the possible return of Cristiano Ronaldo to the Alvalade. Danny, let's start off with you. What are your thoughts on the overall story? And obviously we did the podcast last week, and literally a day after we filmed it, this news, of course, had to break. So, yeah, what has your opinion on him coming changed since the last podcast? What are your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, I was the most optimistic out of all of us that Ronaldo would eventually come. I think I had him at like 20% or something like that. I'm at a 50-50 right now. I don't know if it's delusion. I don't know if it's me being hopeful. I feel like it'll definitely happen now. Like, whether it's this year, next year, or the year after, it'll definitely happen. Definitely happen. Not this year. I'm saying definitely happen in terms of like he'll come back. Like before, I had like my reservations. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll finish at Man U or whatever. And now I feel like okay, he'll one day come back to Sporting. I'm like on the fence whether it's this year or not. I'm more.
What if we're not in the Champions League, bro? What if in two seasons we're not in the Champions League?
That's a fair point, and we'll cross that road when we get there. But I'm very optimistic that we'll see Ronaldo in a Sporting shirt this year. He does not want to stay at Man U. We've seen the clips of him fucking My boy's washing his hands in the middle of Ten Hag talking to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't see this guy fucking wear a mask once, but, he's out here washing his hands in the middle of the field. He does not want to go to Man U, or stay at Man U, I should say. No other real big club wants to get him. Bayern says no. Atleti says no. I'm glad that he doesn't also, because that would ruin his legacy with Real. I'm surprised PSG isn't in for him. I thought PSG would be a shoo-in for him. Chelsea don't want him. I don't see where he goes other than Sporting or stays at Man U. And like I said, I don't think he wants to stay at Man U. So I'm 50-50 now. Maybe I'm optimistic. Call me a dreamer. Call me a romantic. But I think he might come this year. I'm more optimistic today than I was last week. Even though like the rumors have kind of like faded away and chilled out a bit. I'm still a bit optimistic. We have a month to get this over the line. I think we will.
Like I'm trying to put myself back in like last Thursday, was it? Like it was popping off, bro.
It was going crazy. I thought he was going to come in by the end of this week, bro. I didn't think he would. I didn't even think he'd play that friendly against United. Dude, I'm gonna be real.
Tomorrow. The King plays Sunday, bro. He's talking about like fucking Sporting's Wolves friendly. Bro.
Exactly. He's talking about the treino behind closed doors against Casapia again. You know.
Yeah, Chris. What are your thoughts about it? Are you more optimistic than you were? Was it last Wednesday? I think.
Yeah, no, I'm certainly more. I'm probably more. I'm probably not as optimistic as Danny, although I do echo his sentiment. Like overall, that I think that he'll come one day. Just maybe that day might be sooner than either him or we envision, because I'm sure he might have not envisioned it yet. But it does seem like he's just kind of out of options. So just out of pure desperation, lack of options. It really does make sense. And if it is true that he's like truly obsessed with the Champions League scoring record, and like that's like the main thing motivating all of this is like the desire to, I mean, that'll also be a season where Messi will get this, make up the gap without him being able to do anything about it at all. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like I believe that, right? I mean, the man's obsessed with this type of shit. So yeah, I believe that. So yeah, I mean, you tell me where else it makes sense. The thing that kind of is tougher though, because I mean, obviously he'd like to be. I mean, we probably in the best case scenario tap out in the quarterfinals, right? Maybe we can win one round in the knockouts, and if we have a really good campaign. I doubt we win two, but I mean, I don't think we. I mean, maybe it's if we have favorable draws or whatever. But yeah, I mean. So I don't think we're going to, making a run to the final, giving him like the max amount of games possible. But we'll give him at least 6.
But yeah, like I would say I'm more optimistic than I was, but because bear in mind I was not optimistic at all. But there's obviously still factors that we're not sure about, like salary and other things. And one of the things that we're currently not sure on, and believe me, it's not a rumor we made up for CMTV to look at us or anything or whatever that guy said. But it's from the same source as well, Laurie Whitwell, again, from The Athletic, who also specialises in Man United transfer news. That Ronaldo does have reservations about bringing Ronaldo to the club with the dynamic he'd cause within the squad.
Which was currently a rumor in Portugal about a week prior. And then she came up with this. Yeah, and then she came up with this on her own. So I feel like the one that was circulating in Portugal was just kind of a rumor, didn't really have a source. Mm-hmm. Now we have a source,
Yeah. And like the fact as well that it was the same guy who broke the original news, and some people just didn't believe in half the story. It's like you have got to believe in it all, I guess, or none. But
this is the scoop,
Yeah, exactly. But Chris, I'll start off with you. Do you think it's? I don't know how to word this question, because obviously we gave the ultimatum, which was obviously hypothetical, which was if you had to choose between one or the other, who you're choosing. I believe Amorim won the poll, so that's fine. But like, do you think it's a bad idea, Amorim, having these reservations, or do you think we should learn to trust him?
It's kind of weird, right? And I was thinking about this also, because I'm like, because it's impossible to think about this alone without considering like the Slimani situation that evolved like 3 months prior. And it's just like, I understand why you wouldn't want to unnecessarily expose yourself to a loose cannon. Like I doubt he's interested in signing like Balotelli from, Turkey or like, mid-table Turkey, because like, what's the risk versus reward here? There's probably more risk than reward than with that guy at this point, right? And so, yeah, I get it. But I also think that, one, like this kind of situation for like this player specifically, I feel like the reward would be greater than the risk. And so is it just like Amorim? Is he afraid of these like big egos and these big personalities? I understand why you'd want to avoid them when you can, but let's just say the opportunity to sign Ronaldo is presented to you and you're not interested in it because you're afraid of the locker room, whatever. It's like, do you want to go and manage PSG one day? Do you want to level up? Like, I mean, you're just gonna exile Neymar because he's being a dick in training, which I'm sure he is, bro. He like flies to Brazil and shit. Like you would, I don't even think it's possible that Amorim could coach Neymar right now, based on what I've seen. So I feel like it's like a situation where, I mean, this is also just a rumor, but it's believable because we watched the Slimani situation go down and we don't even exactly know for sure what happened there, but we could just kind of put 2 and 2 together that like it was a big ego. He didn't want to do things 100% the way that Amorim wanted him. And then he just was like, okay, then I'll have you 0%. So yeah. And I mean, who's to say Ronaldo wouldn't buy into the project if he came here? Like, would he not listen to Amorim? Does he think that he wouldn't listen to him? I mean, he is a couple years his senior, I guess. Is that have anything to do with it? I don't know. I mean, it is kind of weird. I mean, what are your guys' takes on it?
Yeah, Dan, what are your thoughts?
No, I agree with you because, I mean, it's not only just, I mean, Slimani's the latest one. Let's not forget he fucking exiled Mathieu for
similar, yeah.
Any
and
sort of like,
for the same, I believe.
And Ristovski, any sort of club legend, anyone that has like that carinho from the fans. I guess he doesn't expect them to walk all over, but I'm with you, Chris. You're spot on. Like, do you expect to go manage PSG, United, fucking whatever, and not have to deal with these personalities? Like, you will. You can't unless you're willing to buy Paulinho off of us in a few years for 30 million. I mean,
and the owners are willing to just burn as much money as you want, exiling these like multi-millionaire deals that they have with these guys.
Exactly. By all means, then Amorim, it's all you. But at the same time, it's not like we can really criticize Amorim's transfer policy just yet because I feel like he's gotten it right. Like the Amorim transfers, the clear Amorim transfers have all worked out, whereas the ones where it comes from like the board, Slimani and stuff, seems like it's
the hit rate pre Amorim was like 20%, and now it's like 80%.
And now it's like even 80 might be actually 80 sounds about right. You know what I mean? So I get it, but I get Amorim's sentiments too, but I look at Ronaldo's track record, and I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. I think even at Juventus struggled, right? I can't put that down on Ronaldo. And United struggling last season, I can't put that down on Ronaldo. Like United were on fire a bit before Ronaldo came in. But who did they play? They played like Leeds or something. They played some like relegation battling teams. And then and if I'm not mistaken, before Ronaldo came in, they tied 1-1 to Villa, something like that. So the problem isn't necessarily Ronaldo. My issue with this is, and what I've already seen a lot of Sporting fans really get out of Amorim. I will never, because I think Amorim should stay as long as need be. Whether I'm fearful that we're going to lose him, and I think Amorim's our biggest asset.
I mean, maybe not though. I mean, maybe not if
he doesn't win this league. I still think he'll leave.
If he wants to maintain 100% control of his squad, have 100% say on players, like control exactly how the locker room is, control exactly how everything is, he can stay here and do that. But if he leaves, I guess that necessarily isn't guaranteed. So I feel like if he does leave, it will have to be to a very specific project.
Fair. I agree on that. But I also just think he's gonna leave for a different for a team that competes more, regardless of how. Maybe if Sporting come in third, that's the only time I'll think.
And there's also the money
won't.
aspect as well.
Yeah, of course. Because I think there will be a team that might buy him out, especially if we do something really crazy this season. With Benfica the way they look, if we win the league, I mean, there's no way he's not gone. But regardless, what James said, like look, horrible managers, Pirlo, Ragnick. I think now with a good manager, I don't know, like maybe it's Amorim wants different characteristics from his strikers, and of course Ronaldo isn't a winger. We're not. I hope to God I don't see a 37, 38-year-old Ronaldo on the left wing. That'd be
wing
fucking
back.
Horrible. Yeah, exactly. Good points. Nuno Santos is out 1 week, so he plays wing back. That'd be fucking horrible. So I get it, and I do believe this rumor to be true. I don't know if maybe Amorim is being the scapegoat, and maybe it's the board also having reservations. Because if we look at maybe not so much United, but if we look at Juve, even Real Madrid to a sense, but more so Juve got hit pretty bad financially with the Ronaldo deal. I mean, I understand when Ronaldo first came in, they were really all in on the Champions League, but that's a financial hurdle they haven't quite recovered from just yet. And I think maybe another year or two until they're competing. So maybe Sporting in a smaller dimension don't want to take that on. But that being said, I don't see us paying more than 20% of his wages, regardless.
Yeah. They would.
I think
you wouldn't expect us to front that much salary.
No. I see it. I see if he comes. The only way I see it is, which is being rumored, is a loan. He gets loaned to Sporting, and then next year he's a free agent, and then we negotiate.
Or he renews at. I think he has to renew at Man U and then come on loan.
Is it a player option or a club option? I think it's a player option.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think he won't take his player option.
So I don't think they'll agree to loan him out and cover his wages if he's just going to walk. There's nothing in it for them.
Fair enough. And that's where the issue arises now. Where it's like, what's in it for United, right? Maybe United get first dibs on Matheus Nunes, Maybe that's what we can negotiate with them. Or even Inácio. They've been linked to Inácio for a bit. But now, if let's say it's like something like that where they loan Ronaldo to us, but we have to give them Inácio, sort of how we did with PSG, right? For Sarabia. Are you taking that? I'm not taking that. And I want Ronaldo at Sporting. Let that be clear. I'm not.
Depends on the player, I suppose. I wouldn't say Inácio. Maybe Matheus Nunes, but definitely not Inácio.
Even worse. I think Matheus Nunes is even more crucial to Sporting now than ever before. I'd rather Inácio being sent than Matheus Nunes. Just because then we're just so thin in midfield.
We're so thin in the back right now.
We're so thin in the back too. You're not wrong.
Especially with the news of Quaresma going to Hoffenheim. We've got.
He was never going to play though.
Yeah, but Saint Just is constantly injured. So if Inácio goes, let's say hypothetically a back line of, it will probably be Coates, it will be Neto, and it will probably be Esgaio at centre back because for some reason he doesn't want to give Marcel a go. Yeah, Matheus Reis, yeah. And then Nuno Santos on left back. Yeah.
And then that comes back to who's at fault here then? Is it Amorim who doesn't want another striker or?
Well, I mean, that's the other thing. So is there, like, if Ronaldo was a 10, would he want him? Or is he just very opposed to bringing in another striker? That's why he doesn't want one. Like, he doesn't want one right now. He's like, I'm fine with Trimiti. Like, is the problem more the position and the player and like the ego thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really feel, and then Sam, you're gonna hate me for this. I really feel the problem is Paulinho, because I get that Amorim likes his qualities and he gives a certain different dynamic at the striker position, but I also have this feeling like he's
the Amorim weirdly protects him.
Yeah.
Do you think that Amorim weirdly protects him? Because I feel like he does too.
I think he does too.
And I don't know if he does in a way that's noticeable to the other players. I feel like he probably doesn't, because if he did, then that would create the dynamic, right? He's not an idiot, but it seems like there's too many coincidences. There's too many coincidences.
Yeah.
I think Paulinho is so well liked in the change room as well, because we see it like on the backstage Sporting and DNA, the podcast, that they all talk about him. They all say like he's a jokester, he's this, he's that. So I guess that probably gives him a bit of a leeway with players. But I agree with both your points. Maybe not Danny's last one, because Paulinho for life and all that. But no, I do think we need another striker. Don't get me wrong. But okay, the reason why I think this part is news, because we've got so much salary off the books in the last week. We got Renan off the books. By the way, I think, obviously this is just a conspiracy, but George Mendes had to be behind that. Not a single club was managed to get Renan for 4 years, and now suddenly he just walks and leaves $1 million salary on the table as well. Okay. Same with
Did he not
Camacho.
even sign anywhere?
He went to Saudi. I can't remember what team.
Oh, he went to the Saudi.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure we paid him out too, though. I'm sure we gave him a decent lump sum.
No, we paid him half of this year. We paid him half of this year.
Yeah, and he left another
Same with
$1 million on the
Battaglia.
table, they said.
They had Battaglia and him had one more year, so they took the half of their salary, and then in exchange took their pass as well, with them, basically, to sign wherever.
Yeah. The fact that we've got so much salary books, like you said, Battaglia, even Camacho, we got half, which is still quite a lot, because he's 3.2 million, so that's still like a normal player's salary. And with Tabata leaving again, freeing up the number 7, obviously this could all, like Chris said, a bunch of strange coincidences, but like there's no way that they're not gearing up for.
Here's
something.
the thing, though: if Tabata was still here, though, they would just body him and just steal his number.
And they did it with Cavani. You don't think they're gonna do it with fucking Tabata? Who's Tabata?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The guy who rips the guy's shirt off.
Yeah, you need a napkin. Gets Tabata's shirt.
I don't know if it's like a league thing, because I think, was it Messi at PSG or somewhere else, you couldn't change your number after you submitted everything. But I would still think the league would be like, it's Ronaldo,
France has a lot of weird numbers. You couldn't have a number higher than 50 in France.
Really?
Well, they changed it this year. So Donnarumma, that's why Donnarumma, who's normally 99, was 50, but I think he's 99 now because they changed that. Which is like, why?
Yeah.
Berganza was 68 for a while. That wouldn't have been allowed.
Balassi 98, or was it 89?
Yeah,
I think
89, which is even it's a weird number.
That too.
Just the fact that all of this has happened in such quick time makes me think that maybe not Ronaldo, but they're definitely gearing up for something. We've heard that maybe there are rumors. Record said that there's a rumor of a striker reinforcement, but no names were mentioned. A lot of people assume that was Fran Navarro, who spent last year on loan at Gil Vicente.
It feels like they're gonna have to go to the market again. At least, especially if they sell another player.
Yeah, they have to.
Matheus Nunes obviously was linked yesterday to Man City if Bernardo Silva leaves. So again, that could be like another domino effect. If this player leaves, this player leaves, this player leaves. Maybe Robertson comes in because obviously he was linked, which was soon denied by Sporting, but he's been linked a few years. So maybe that's the Matheus Nunes replacement, or maybe someone from the B team, or who knows. But I just think they're gearing up for something, whether it's Ronaldo or Navarro or someone else. You could tell there's definitely a culture shift, especially we've got 2 more players to get rid of, which is Slimani, who's again I think 1.2 million.
What's gonna happen to Slimani?
He's been rumored to Stade Brest.
Yeah,
I feel like
apparently they can't afford his wages.
He makes 3.2 million before
Great.
tax.
Amazing. I'm so happy.
He's actually, I think he might be the highest on the
Which is ridiculous. Why would we sign him for that much? I was not against
that.
Signing
Was his
him.
pay cut,
Right.
dude. That was him taking a pay cut, bro.
And Jovan linked to Burnley, who rejected the move, but that's another
5
million as well.
Move? He
rejected it?
Yeah, he didn't want to play in the
What
championship.
is wrong with him, bro?
I mean, I get it, to be fair. He was linked to West Ham and mid-table, and he's like, "No, you're gonna play the championship for Vincent Kompany."
Oh my god, dude!
He'll probably come right back up.
Candidate.
The championship is the best league in the world, anyways. What is he fucking talking shit about?
No, but think about how rough the championship is as well. How many bad tackles and
one
kicks
game
and
he's done. Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's not Jovan.
Jovan needs to come to MLS.
Cyprus.
No, MLS, and he plays every other game because some games are in turf. and he can't play turf fields.
Oh yeah, he can't play.
Those knees are shot.
Nah, there's some hard contact in MLS too for some like goon American defenders.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely something's happening. But we put up a poll as well, another one, which was we basically asked, do you think Ronaldo's coming Sporting? Actually, let me show you the first poll, the one that we got a bit of stick for, which is who you're choosing.
We got stick from one guy. Fuck that guy.
A few others as well in the quote
yeah?
tweets, I think. Yeah, just and in the yeah. But anyway, so obviously Amorim won by we nearly got 1,000 votes, which is unusual for us, I suppose. 78%. But yeah, you guys agree with the poll results? Obviously, hypothetically, I'm gonna put that out there.
Yeah, it's like a tough hypothetical because then we'd have to like pay his like rescission clause probably, and it'd just be like, yeah, not worth it. Yeah.
If we were being serious, we would have the option of keep Amorim, and get CR7.
Yeah, and just force Amorim to stop being a bitch. I would click that.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, the only reason I ran that poll, I'll take responsibility, is because in the original comments of the Amorim news, there was people saying, "Oh, Amorim needs to go then," or "We need to get rid of this person," or "Forget Cristiano Ronaldo." So it's okay, it's a fun debate, but yeah, obviously people don't know the meaning of the word "fun," I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, we're destabilizing the institution of the club.
Clearly.
Bro, we're gonna be
maybe that's why we didn't get that.
Meanwhile, bro, all these major newspapers in England are just like have Sporting's name on their front cover, basically. Yeah. But yeah, it's this that's really doing it.
I think that's why we got denied that Trevante Williams interview, because we're just we're so bad.
Who's Portuguese now, by the way? Shout out
20 people that are watching us right now. We're really fucking over Sporting, man. It's really bad.
Bro, we're gonna be on CM Jordan by the end of the week, man. So go look your best.
That's the plan, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the first poll that we did. We also did a second one. Actually, it might have been before that one, which was is Ronaldo actually joining Sporting? Very tight, 50% to 49, 414 votes. Guys, what are your ratings? You gave me one last week. Give me one again. Out of 10, is Ronaldo joining this season? Danny, go on.
Wow.
5.1. 5.000001 out of 10.
See, I was gonna say like 2, but that is great odds. That is fantastic odds.
Yeah,
I'll take 2. I'll take 2 out of 10 to be honest, too, man.
But no, I think it's definitely a very tight poll for a reason, because I think a lot of people had the same sort of 5.1 or
I'm just optimistic, man. I'm just dreaming over here. I would love that to happen. And then, like Juicebox just said, then it would bring Cristiano Jr. to the academy. And I don't know if the kid's good or not, but fuck, apparently at Man U he scored like 500 goals last season.
No, he seems pretty good. So does Rooney's kid. Rooney's kid seems pretty good too.
I saw in the MLS that was it David Beckham's kid got a run out for Inter Miami, and someone else's kid who was there as well.
He plays for the B team.
Yeah, he's shit though.
He scored a couple free kick. He's like the most free kick goals in the reserve league.
But that's all he does is just free kick goals. I seen him on the ball. He was horrible.
I have never seen him on the ball. I figured if he was good enough, he'd be in the senior team. He's like 19, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I will say, I think I had 0 last time. I guess I'll up it to I'll go with Chris and go with 2, because
hell yeah,
the story's got to come from somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still don't think it's going to happen. There's just so many
what other
question
options
marks.
Does he even pull up a list of clubs qualified for the Champions League so far?
Can we all just agree? At least the conversation.
Are the other Portuguese league teams are?
That's what I was going to say too.
I would consider options.
Bro,
if Amorim doesn't want him, okay. I mean, does Conceição want him?
And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about if Amorim doesn't want him. Oh, okay, Conceição might be similar to Amorim.
Phone number, bro.
Jorge Mendes has been running Benfica for the last fucking decade.
Yeah, I think he's.
And apparently,
he doesn't go to one club in Lisbon. He's going to another club in Lisbon.
They say Ronaldo's originally a Benfica fan as well, or Ronaldo's mum. I can't remember who they say, but Yeah, I've got the list of
Bullshit.
Champions League teams here, so I guess we could go through, I suppose. But I genuinely, I don't know why I could see him going to Porto. There was a picture with Pinto da Costa a few months back, and Pepe is there, obviously.
And they have way more depth up top than us. Way more
Exactly.
depth up top.
So let's start from pot one.
And they
I
have this
suppose.
loader guy too, who's like, he's
Can
been
you-
on the
anyone-
scene for a minute, but
Yeah. Anyone in pot one? Do you think you could see him joining?
Listen, there was a little rumor of a Real Madrid return.
why did that never materialize further? Because
Me
that seemed
neither.
like an
I have no idea.
obvious option as well.
Milan? I don't know their financial situation, but
I think they just got taken over. AC Milan. They've
Yeah,
signed
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of players.
I'm
who's up
shocked
top for
that
them?
other
Giroud and who else?
Leon.
Leon. True.
I'm shocked.
Apparently, Renato Sanchez going there as well.
I'm shocked that Milan hasn't gotten more rumors.
Yeah. They haven't. Well, Italy, I guess, haven't gotten any because he just went to Juve, I guess. Aside from Roma, which was weird.
Yeah, which
Like,
never
you might as
made
well
sense
stay at
'cause-
United if you're.
I
gonna
think
go
he
to
got
Roma.
some from Napoli, didn't he?
Yes,
He does
yes,
have
yes.
interest in Napoli.
Yes.
But I know
Makes sense.
Napoli have lost all their good players. I think they obviously lost Insigne, they lost Mertens. They've lost quite a few. But yeah, I agree. So I would, if they didn't sign Sadio Mane, I would say Bayern Munich, but they did. So I think that rules them out. Unless like a Gnabry or someone like that leaves, then maybe. AC Milan, I don't see. I think Frankfurt we can rule out, and Ajax specifically. Ajax don't sign old players; it's just there.
Yeah, that's not gonna
That's
happen.
Question: maybe I've missed it. Who has Bayern replaced Lewandowski with? Because I think this is a
Sadio
good...
Mane. I think they're going Sadio Mane
That's
up
not,
top.
that's not a real replacement for Lewandowski. I don't think. 'Cause
They
it's
don't
like
really
a-
need it. They're going to
it's
win
still
the Bundesliga regardless.
Of course,
even if
but they want to
play us
compete
at
for the
top.
Champions League. They want to compete for the Champions League. I think even for Bayern, I get their reservations on Ronaldo, but this is a good short-term fix, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let's move to pot two. Jumping out of me is no one, to be honest. Like, I can't see him joining any of those teams. I don't think.
Yeah.
A lot of them have the financials.
Liverpool, no. Chelsea ruled out. Barcelona,
No,
no. Juventus, no. Atletico, no. Sevilla, no. Leipzig, no. Tottenham, no.
Yeah, I think that's a no all around. We're going to pot three. Again,
Dortmund,
Inter,
again,
Napoli.
shocked that this name never came up more. Dortmund, right? Especially losing a forward. He was flirting with
they replaced
Germany.
them,
They did.
Yeah.
But now
But I get that, too.
Haller's out now also for a while.
Yeah, they are looking for a striker
True.
now as well. I think they were going to go with Simeone's kid, Giovanni. I think.
Yeah, Giovanni. Yeah, I never understand Dortmund. I can't tell if they're rich or not.
I don't think
That's the only thing. They're
I think-
constantly in the Champions League.
Yeah,
And I get they waste money on transfers too. That Diemi kid was like 60 million. But
They have
also
more money
sell
than
players.
Sporting, for example, but they
Oh,
have
oh,
like less money
course.
than the other big clubs.
I think
That's
they
why I'm
did
thrown
spend a
off if
lot
they can get him or
last
not.
year. Sorry, this year I think they spent a lot. They brought in Adiemi, who I think was like
60
40
at
million.
least.
Oh yeah,
Or
exactly.
40 or 60, yeah.
And then
They got
I think
Haller, which is like
Haller as
another
well, yeah.
30.
the
they
centre
got-
back from Bayern Munich was a free, but he's probably got a
Mhm.
massive wage
Yeah.
signing on fee. I think we can obviously rule out Shakhtar Donetsk as I don't think they're playing regular football anymore.
Yeah,
But-
that's going to be interesting.
Inter Napoli and obviously Sporting there as well.
Three
Dortmund,
that are
yeah,
good,
outside.
decent.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's
Man.
hesitant about going back to Italy, though. That's the only thing that works against like Milan, Inter, and Napoli.
I
And the
think
thing with
that's
Inter,
probably
they
the
just
league.
spent. Sorry,
Go on, Dan.
The thing with Inter, at least, they just got Lukaku back. So,
Yeah.
Sure.
well, they want Ronaldo.
I was going to say that I think Serie A is probably the best league for him. It's much slower pace
Yeah,
than
agreed.
any of the other league. Maybe Germany, I think. Obviously, if he wants to win silverware, is to Bayern Munich, or even if like Dortmund, like you said, Dortmund can win a few cups here and there. Bayern Leverkusen, I don't see, but I think in Inter and Napoli, maybe obviously maybe not Inter, like you said, got Lukaku back, but Napoli, Dortmund, maybe, and obviously Sporting in the conversation as well. I should note the Sporting on Sky Bet, who is like the main betting company within the UK. He's favourite to stay at Man United, but if he leaves, Sporting are the next ones up at 3-1. So,
Might have to put $5 on that, bro.
I think my brother had it when it was like 22-1, and he put a 5 on it.
Nice.
So yeah, might be making good profit there.
Nice.
But yeah, we've got the other pots. Pot 4 has already been like 2 clubs confirmed. The playoffs are 2 legs, so it's definitely difficult to rule out them teams. But I don't think I can't see him going to Scotland, to be honest. I don't know about you guys. Belgium as well.
Yeah.
Marseille, I guess. Like
they have money. They have American owners now, but why would you go to Marseille?
Yeah. I don't know.
Benfica.
Yeah, Benfica. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else is in.
Monaco played today. They tied 1-1 to PSV. Maybe
Tax free
Monaco.
over there as well.
Tax free. George Mendes runs the club.
Yeah. Unless it's going to be a George Mendes carousel, he's going to go to Olympiacos or something.
Valencia.
Or like Nottingham Forest.
Valencia are selling Gonçalo Guedes just to get fucking Ronaldo. Is Valencia even in the Champions League? No, right?
No.
They've been really bad recently, I'm pretty sure, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Awful. But yeah, like I don't see a majority of these clubs. Obviously, there's one that could be an outsider that we've probably missed, and maybe he's interested by the Red Bull franchise, Red Bull Leipzig. Like, I mean, they've got a shit ton of money. Like, you never know. Like, that could be an outsider. Imagine a sponsorship deal as well with Red Bull. Like, I mean, it goes hand in hand, really.
Insane. Yeah, that'd be insane.
But yeah,
it needs to be like that's the kind of thing that needs to be prepared for longer than I feel like they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing that would happen with if he came to Sporting, like we wouldn't be prepared enough. Like,
yeah,
dude, you know what I was like? I just thought of it. You know how we do like the same, like pretty lame presentation video basically for every single player. They're just like walking at Alcochete, and then they like go like this, then they like go like that, and then they like show the shirt, and they like do like the same 4 movements, and it's like the same thing for every player with like the same music. It's like that video, but it's just like Ronaldo because like they didn't have time to prepare like a special video.
There was a good one for Slimani, I think, where he like called out Paulinho from like the other side of the pitch.
Even that was cringe.
Well, dude, that was still just filmed at Alcochete. Like,
yeah.
My favorite one is my 2 favorites is the Paulinho one and Vinagre's one.
Was decent, yeah.
Vinagre one, yeah. That was their most original idea, honestly.
Nah, I didn't even like the Vinagre one. Met Vinagres. Like,
he was literally just putting vinegar on like random players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like,
that's the
what are you
dumbest
doing?
shit.
Yeah, at least it wasn't just like walking down like the walkway.
Yeah, these last ones, like Morita, Rashinga, even the like, it's the same with like the Modalidades and the female team, bro. It's literally the same presentation.
Dude, you know what's crazy to me is that the kit video was the same for all 3 kits. It was the same video.
Yeah.
But just like they're wearing the 3 different kits, like they're surfing and then they're slide tackling the ball and then
even
kicking the ball.
The voiceover I could have sworn was the same as like the England's women's team.
Oh, is it?
Or lionesses and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally,
I don't know where that audio came from. But the video, I thought it was crazy that the videos were all the same. I was impressed almost. Like,
yeah,
I was like, did they Photoshop the kits on, or did they just film the same thing multiple times? It made me think.
Shout out Andre Igreja though. Shout him out. You're sick, bro.
You blocked Chris, man. You can't do that to your own bro.
No, he unblocked me. He literally unblocked me recently.
Oh, okay.
He had me blocked for like 3 months. I was in timeout, but I'm back.
Respect. Shout out Andre Igreja, bro. You're sick, man.
Yeah.
Have us on the pod. Have us on DNA. No.
He's probably working on the Ronaldo video right now to ensure that doesn't happen.
I hope so. Maybe that's why we need a month. We need to get Laja Verde in check first and foremost, or else we're fucked.
Maybe that's why we got rid of all that salary just to make an absolutely mad video.
Dude, their online shop would be flooded. Can you imagine orders
like,
from India?
People from India, exactly, bro. People from Bangladesh looking at buying a fucking Ronaldo jersey.
Dude, the website crashes when they like drop the Braga tickets and like 2,000 people go on it.
Bro, if you don't buy the Braga tickets in person at Alvalade, you might not get Braga tickets, bro.
Yeah. Like, dude, there would be unprecedented traffic to their
it'd be ridiculous.
website.
But Chris, I actually had a question, and someone also pretty much asked it, James, in the comments, saying like Nike has to do a redo, bro. You said you can't see Ronaldo in a template.
I did say that in the last pod. He ain't going anywhere that has a team where templates. That is definitely still majorly working against us.
The thing is, though, our home kit is usually like.
Is he going somewhere with our Armani exchange kits?
Like PSG, like they have the Jordan brand and everything like that. They do like 4 kits a year.
Top tier Nike partner right there. Yeah, the elite clubs, I think they're called. There's like 6 or 8 of them.
Yeah. So what are we like? 3? Is it there 4, 5 tiers?
There's 3. There's 3 tiers. No, I think there's 4 tiers. There's the tier that's like that Marítimo was like last season because they just switched to Puma. But like the tier that like even like the random like lower Portuguese league teams have, it's even lower than what we have. So I think we're 3 or 4.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, like I was saying, that Sporting have the same home kits, usually the same design. If you look at Macron's one, it literally didn't change design for about 5 years.
Wait, this is we have a 3-year deal. This is year 2. Next season, he comes, he wears the team wear template begrudgingly. But he's back next season, and we're like, we get like we at least like move up and get like pretty customized shit next season.
Yeah, and Laura makes an interesting point saying that we would have like Ronaldo branding. I feel like we would have to change we've already changed the academy, but is it going to be the stadium being changed, like this kit sponsor? Like we had some weird like cryptocurrency last year on the sleeve. Does that get changed to like CR7's brand or
that would be weird though. Museum. He's playing for us, you know.
Remember when União de Madeira was sponsored by CR7 Museum?
Yeah, that was sick. Are we gonna be sponsored by CR7 Museum? Like on the like one patch? Like this is the UCL patch. This is the CR7 Museum. That'd be wild.
Yeah, the last sort of Ronaldo news I want to touch on is that he did play for Manchester United in a friendly for 45 minutes. And this was the result of, after that fact, that he left Old Trafford for the final whistle. The rumour, or I guess it was confirmed by Ten Hag, that he wasn't the only one, and it was all allowed by Ten Hag to beat traffic, apparently, which I've never heard of footballers wanting to beat traffic before in my life. I'm just saying. Like, they usually... Like, I've never heard that before in my life. But, Danny, what were your thoughts on this? And do you think it affects anything? Or do you think, he was allowed to go? Like, it's just unfortunate timing, I suppose.
Yeah, I think he was allowed to go. I think because there was also things that the law also left. But it doesn't help the case in terms of him being a spoiled brat, which clubs have come out and said already, like Bayern and Amorim in our case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's sad to see that he's acting like, but at the same time, he's Cristiano Ronaldo, he can do this. He's the best player potentially to ever play the game, right? I don't know. I want to take like the club side in some of these things as well, because the club shouldn't let a player walk all over him. But then, I look at Ronaldo. I look at I watch a lot of NBA, like all of us do here, and I watch how guys like Kyrie, KD, LeBron. If LeBron wants to leave, LeBron leaves. And we're talking about the real LeBron James of soccer. You know what I mean?
They signed 5-year deals, bro, and then they just forced their way out in year 2.
They forced their way out, exactly. Especially KD. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Now, of course, in soccer, it's different because it's like, in football, it's different because it's not like we can execute trades or anything like that. But I think he has the power. He has the pull to, if he wants to leave, he'll leave. It's a shame to see him act like this, but if that's what he has to do if that's what it takes for him to leave United, I mean, I get it at the same time.
This is how you force your way out. I mean, he's really doing
I get it.
He's doing a number on this.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's sad to see, but am I reading too much into it? Does that mean he'll leave? I don't know. But it's definitely a sign that he wants to leave. Nothing about that friendly showed me that he wants to stay there at all. His attitude on the pitch, Bro, did you guys see the clip where I think it was Fred passing him the ball and he would just pass it right back? Fred would pass him the ball, pass it right back.
What was up with that? It was so weird.
I mean, a part of me thinks he wants him to pass it in the middle because he's then covered by like two guys. Another part of me thinks just like Ronaldo's just trying to get the fuck out of there ASAP. Because like he's even pushing in deep and stuff. Like it's funny to watch, but I mean, he clearly wants to go. If he stays at United,
you want to know what I thought from watching like I watched like the all his touches video. It was like 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, honestly, like this is bad, but it's not that bad, honestly. Like there's still nice touches, a couple of nice flicks.
That's what I'm saying.
He had 2 nice shots, both off target, but like both good hits. I think one with his weaker foot. Like
now, imagine if he wanted to be there. Imagine if he wanted to be there. Game over.
Yeah. And I mean, all his teammates are like, 18-year-olds he's probably never even played before, like.
Yeah. The fact is, with this one as well, I don't know if you guys did, because I'm going to be honest, didn't look for it. I didn't see any pictures of Dalot in the same way, or like the other players who were willing to leave.
They said there was like 10 of them that left. Okay, why is there only a picture for Ronaldo?
He's the only one that matters, though.
but
yeah,
that was on the list too, I think.
Yeah, it was like Dalot and like the backup goalkeeper. Can't remember his name now, but like quite a lot of people apparently left. No, he's gone to Nottingham Forest, Henderson.
Right.
I can't remember who it is. It's
the old guy,
Tom
right?
Heaton. Tom Heaton. Yeah, apparently maybe like I don't know, but yeah, more players were rumored to leave at that time as well. But it was just Ronaldo that we saw. Chris, I don't know if you have anything to add on this.
Yeah, it's just like he's definitely forcing his way out. The training, it hasn't reached the point yet where he's like not for refusing to train. But that is presumably one of the next actionable steps for him to take, I feel like, right? I mean, what's next in the protest order?
Yeah.
He's also been acting up on social media. I don't know if that is he either got a new admin, a new manager, if he got access and that's him fucking act, but like the dynamic of his account has changed and now he just like comments the weirdest shit. Like remember when he said facts to like the Newcastle manager, like saying he'd preferred him to leave? Like, bro, what are you doing?
Part of me thinks Cristiano got his fucking Instagram.
Or the King plays Sunday just on a random journos post. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, that's crazy. He's having that Kanye West complexity.
What's going on with his Instagram? Yeah, like there's a lot of weird things going on right now.
Yeah, it's definitely that he's definitely got control, but like that King plays Sunday thing, he got rinsed for that because I think on like SofaScore he dropped like a 4.7 out of 10. And like it wasn't apparently a very good performance. I didn't watch it to be honest, but yeah, he got rinsed for that. And like people were taking the piss, like the King plays Saturday, picture of Paulinho or picture like Esguy or something like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. Again, I think we'll leave the Ronaldo bit there. We still got a few other things to talk about, and that main one is being the Adan injury, which I believe again happened as soon as we stopped filming the last podcast. Ligament injury, supposedly out for 2 months, but it could be longer. No one knows how bad the injury actually is.
No surgery.
Currently being evaluated. Yeah, no surgery. Luckily, still being evaluated. Yeah, so that's a good case. But Franco Israel are going to be the keeper for 2 months. Well, to be honest, 1 month because of that international break in September, so maybe 1.5 months. But against Braga, against Porto, and potentially against in the Champions League as well, maybe 2 Champions League games. Danny, what are your thoughts on Franco Israel? I know we've barely seen him play, but are you worried?
A little, definitely a little bit worried. Though this is a good opportunity for the kid. I mean, the kid comes highly touted. From what I've seen, he's not that bad. I liked him coming off the line. I'm trying to remember, he's done well on the ball, at least like passing it out from the back. I mean, we'll only see. It's a baptism of fire playing the first game against Braga. So my worry is if he has a smeller against Braga, we're fucked. we're fucked.
Bro,
Because after Braga, who else is it?
dude,
Chaves,
he's gonna-
then Porto.
Chaves. Okay, Chaves. But
Bro,
Chaves
we're gonna
is
be-
always a tough team, whether they're coming from the second division or not. They're always a fucking pain in the ass.
Diogo Calai is gonna be starting at the
André Paulo, bro. André Paulo. He's just always chilling there, bro. He never gets the backup spot. Yeah, I'm a little worried. I was, I'll go back to a bit of my sentiments when we were talking a few weeks ago with the transfers, and even last season when I mentioned how, I'm a little hurt that we sold Luis Max instead of loaning him. Now more than ever, I think now we'll definitely feel that loss. I mean, maybe if he stayed this year, he would have been a starter this year, let alone before Adhan got injured. So that's my only thing, but I'm definitely a bit concerned. But again, I have been talking shit about Adhan. So if Free Palestine starts and gets on fire, if Franco Israel starts and does really, really well, maybe that's our new starting keeper, which I'm not opposed to. A young keeper, a lot to prove, potential Uruguayan international. We'll see.
That is true, Danny. If he plays well to above average to like great, then Adhan doesn't get his spot back, and Adhan never comes back, and Adhan just fades into the sunset. Or Israel is just not ready whatsoever, and is just deer in headlights. Couple frangus, drop some points, and he's just back sitting there by the Dragon game.
I'm even worried that he'll have like the Vinagre effect too. Like maybe he'll do well against Braga and Chaves, and then comes Porto when we get pumped.
The thing
Porto's at home, right? Or it's in Porto.
Away.
It's there.
Yeah.
Porto's in Porto. Yeah.
I've watched like 80% of the preseason games, so I've seen like honestly most of the minutes that he's played, and you can't tell. You can't tell.
Yeah.
We honestly like haven't faced enough shots when he's been in, or just like honestly overall, like that Wolves game was just like a midfield stalemate. Like there was no chances in that game. He had to take like one cross. He played the whole 90 minutes. He conceded a PK, which is like whatever, and then he like he had a couple decent saves. Nothing that like was like out of his range, out of his comfort range, and he like made one nice play on a cross. But I thought Pedro Neto went way along to center the ball anyways. So it's like if the ball got centered, then he would have probably faced a shot on target. So it is unknown how or what we even have there, to be honest. From what I've seen in like at least 100 and like some odd minutes of watching him.
Yeah.
He's come off his line well, but that's about all I've seen to judge him.
Do you guys think it's been confirmed that we're not, but do you guys think we should go into the market to find a backup, or do you think right now, we've got 4 goalkeepers on the books for the sake of 2 months? And let's be honest, the season could be ended in August. If we lose to Braga and Porto lost 2 games last year, if you guys remember. So our season could be over.
That's 6 points.
Porto is linked to Portugal.
They're linked to like 3 or 4 keepers though that I thought we should have been after. Samuel
Portugal, the guy from Jordan, and the one
kid.
from Milicao.
Yeah,
and
like,
those are all good options.
He would probably cost like
$4
million, right? Should we just grab him and then start him until?
I think that Jordan guy for Gil Vicente is actually still quite young, and they just signed the guy who used to play for he for is it Maritimo Kritchuk?
He came back from Russia.
Yeah, who's very good. So I think that either means that Jordan's on the bench. So are we going to go for Gil Vicente, second goalkeeper, or obviously Portimonense? Samuel Portugal, I do like him, but like, is he going to be better than Israel? Like, Chris, do you think we should go in the market?
I think if we spend like under 3 million, we should. I don't even know what like Portugal's price tag is. Like, I feel like they're probably gonna try to get like 5, which feels like too much. But for like 3, it feels like it would probably be worth it. He's 28. He obviously knows the league. He's not gonna be like deer in the headlights out there. Obviously, he'll be playing for a bigger club, but like, he's probably played at the Dragon, at least like 3 times by now. It's not like shocking to him, So honestly, yeah, I think maybe it would be worth it, because is it worth it to find out that Israel's not the man, but the season's kind of over now?
Yeah.
Well, we found out he's probably not it yet. I mean, he could still turn it around, obviously. It's like, even if he just tanks, he could still come back from that in the future. But it's just like tough to come back from like 6 lost points in 3 match days, though.
Yeah, definitely. And I think even for Samuel Portugal, we could probably get like 2 million and then give them like Jenny Catamo on loan or something.
Or a loan, bring him in on loan or something. Yeah.
We don't have that many young chips anymore. Like, a lot of them have gone out on loan or in the first team. Like, we don't really have the option unless like we give them someone from the B team, like a Massa, I guess, that could work out. Like, if we give them, we're not deal with Kala, I guess, keeper for a keeper.
Yeah.
Andre Paulo.
I don't think anyone wants Andre Paulo.
He's on a 1-year deal, I think. We just loan him out.
The guy's on like a constant 10-day contract. Like, he's just always there, but no one knows how. Danny, do you think we should sign another keeper?
I think it's too late for that, though, to be honest. But I mean, I think we should have planned this out better, because Adan at best has a year or 2 left in him, right? Was the plan to have, even last year, was the plan to have João Virginia be our starter? Is the plan to have Israel to be our starter in 2 years? Like, if that's the plan, then heck, man, let's throw him in right now. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
I
feel like we could have spent.
It's not the plan, but they're not relying on that being the plan. Yeah. But there's like an expectation that it could be the plan.
And now they have no other choice. That's one thing that I find stupid from them having a million young keepers, right? Because not only it's Kalai, but there's like another one that I can't remember in our academy that's done pretty decent. But anyways, even Luis Max included, right? Like, there's a plan to just sell them for profit afterwards.
We signed a 19-year-old from Georgia.
So
we haven't seen him play yet.
Yeah.
He just signed.
And Franco Israel is like, what, 20, 21?
Yeah.
I think he's 20.
He might be 20 or 21 because he's with the Juve U23s, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think personally, for me, yes, I think we should go after a keeper. Juicebox Leal, funny enough, in the chat was just like saying, too bad we don't have Renan. I mean, at least we know what we have with Renan. Maybe Israel's better, but
I'll take Israel. At least Israel's played a competitive game in the last, like...
That's true, too. Fair enough.
Dude, the last time Renan was playing, bro, like, COVID pandemic didn't even happen.
Didn't exist. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They still weren't even bats out in China. You're right. But, yeah, I mean, preferably, I'd rather have Samuel Portugal or why am I forgetting the kid's name from Familia Calma? I really like that kid. It's like Luis something.
Oh, like these like tall Luis. And lanky, right?
Tall, lengthy, light-skinned Brazilian dude.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Malicão, for this, it's bothering me.
Luis Jr.
Luis Jr. There you go. Yes, I wouldn't mind either one of those two, but with that being said, we already purchased the backup keeper. Adan's only gone for a month or 2. We might as well ride it out and pray for the best. Hopefully St. Just is back and our back line is actually, who knows, like they know how to play with each other, even though St. Just hasn't played all preseason. I'm worried. I am worried.
Can he even play 90 minutes?
Unless it's been behind closed doors, because he hasn't played a single minute of televised friendlies.
It's going to be like how Cohen Trowell was like a few years back when he was literally like 70th minute, like on the dot. Come on, off you come.
Yeah.
It's always the same.
Maybe.
But yeah, the only way I can see us signing a goalkeeper if Israel absolutely stinks up the joint at Braga. Like if he has like a really bad Farango or like he's gets sent off or something.
Sign a keeper for the 4-yard game. Yeah, that would be crazy. But I can see it happening.
Yeah, like
that'd be a disaster.
Bad happens. Yeah, but then
it'll kind of be too late. I mean, it won't be too late. Obviously, one game doesn't determine the season, but it is a bad start.
But like, let's say he has like the type of game that Sevilla had against Man United, where he was a fault for like every single goal, and then we never heard of him again until like maybe like a few years later. Like, I think that's when we find a new keeper, and maybe we realize we've been ripped off on Franco Israel. But obviously, I hope he does well, and like, there's no point speculating that he's going to do bad. But you know, I think if I'm saying from today, yeah, stick with the kid. It looks like, although I remember last like preseason and last year saying like Diogo Calai was going to be our backup, and like he was being trained, and Amorim really likes him, but he's not even the third choice. He's the fourth because Andre Paulo were always the third. But like, I don't know what's happening with him. But like, I mean, yeah, let's say if Israel gets sent off or something, maybe Calai comes in. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
I have no idea why they re-signed Andre Paulo. To be honest, I have no fucking clue.
Literally for the memes. That's the only reason I can think, like, to keep. Unless they're training, I don't know. To be, I don't know how old he is. I think he's still like 26. Like, unless they're training a goalkeeper coach or something.
He really is weird. He's like an old reliable veteran with He's
like Haslam for the Heat.
He's like a wily veteran with like no prestige whatsoever.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he came from Casapia, played like a combined total of 20 minutes in 3 seasons. Like, I mean, surely he can't. Yeah, I don't know why, unless they've got a plan for him. Like I said, they're giving like goalkeeper coach, not making him a goalkeeper coach or something.
Maybe he's like really good at coaching or something, or like he's like good at like training or something.
Yeah, could be. But yeah, so I think we'll stick with Israel Franco. So hopefully, you know, he does well, and we can come back and everyone can make memes of us saying how like he's going to flop and we need another keeper. And you know, maybe we go to Porto. If we go to Porto with a clean sheet, like in every other game, let's do it. But yeah, sitting here right now, I'm nervous about the season. Not just Dan. With like you said, question marks, Saint Just, even our forwards. Like, I know we mentioned Paulinho as well. There was a question from Miguel who said, "What are your thoughts on Trincao?" Which is interesting because he's definitely I wouldn't say been given like abuse or anything, but like people have said that he's not been that great since joining. But I'll ask you, Danny, like, what are your thoughts on Trincao, and should he start come the season, or do you think it should be? Well, let's be honest. It's going to be Paulinho and someone. Who do you think is going to be that someone?
At least it should be Marcus Edwards for now. But I think they're being harsh on Trincão. From what I've seen, at least the kid hasn't done too bad. He is young, so let's give him a chance before we fucking crucify him already. Yeah. We crucified Marcus Edwards the first 2 games, and then now everybody loves him. So, you know, let this kid breathe.
Fair enough. Chris, what about you? Do you think Trincao should start, or do you think Edwards should take it?
I do think that I don't necessarily think that either of them have done themselves great favors in preseason. Edwards maybe a bit more. I definitely don't think Trincão's done himself much favors other than that first game. He kind of showed some flashes, but I also think that was the weakest opponent that we played in the games that he played, at least. So, yeah, I mean, he'll be fine against, you know, the likes of, you know, Riwa, Veruca, stuff like that. He's fine. Yeah, but it's like what kind of level can he actually reach? I feel like is the question. Is he just going to be like a solid, you know, Portuguese league winger, or is he going to be on that like Sarabia level where you're just like, this dude's in another class here. He's honestly too good to be on this team right now in this league. So yeah, I feel like that's the question with Trincão. Like, we know he's going to be good. You know, he's going to do he's going to create at least, you know, 6 sick, you know, Twitter highlight clips to send around, you know, like Megs or shit like that. But like, what level is he actually going to be at? Is he going to be solid, good, or is he going to be like another level? So yeah, like that's the main question with Trincão, and I'm not really taking much from the preseason performances because I think that Coates has been also absolute dog shit, and I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't see it. If it carries into the season, then we can maybe talk about it. But if he just is back to himself, then yeah, he just wasn't trying or whatever. He was getting cooked by fucking Wolves.
But yeah, I'm gonna say that every time I tweet this out, like I say, who's the third winger? They're like, no one. Drop Paulinho and bring this person in. It's like, let's be honest, it's Paulinho and Pot and someone else. Like that's not changing. Like at least for the start of the season. Yeah, exactly.
And to be fair, Pot's been pretty good this preseason. Very consistent, the most consistently dangerous offensive player. It feels like.
Yeah, definitely looks like pre-2021 Pot, where he was just.
Dude, he was just multiple times this preseason, including his banger in one of the earlier games. He's just dribbling with the ball so close to his feet, with a defender like right here, and he'll just like somehow shoot. It like doesn't even look like he winds up his leg, really, and it's just like such a quick shot. Like I don't know. I feel like Pot's like maybe back a little bit. The quick shot, the outside shot, like he feels like he's ripping it again.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like we have the old Pot back. Definitely rattled a few Wolves fans with my tweet of him clapping the ear, which was fun. All in good fun, you know. Nothing's ever serious, really. Especially like memes on our page. Like, you know, we don't take ourselves too seriously.
We got like 3% Wolverhampton Wanderers followers.
Yeah, and every time I tweet something about Matthews Nunes, like if you go into another club, I get like hundreds of quotes just saying, "Oh, for fuck's sake, not again!" Blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, boys. I think we'll call it there unless any of you guys have anything extra to add.
I'm good, bro.
Ready for the season? It's right. It's very soon. It doesn't feel like it's like 5 days away, but it is.
Yeah, it officially starts on Friday with Benfica, I believe, right? Is it Benfica kicking off the season?
Yeah, on Friday against. Who did they play on Friday? Shall we send?
Yeah, I would Joel sent in my head. Oh, is it Casapia?
Aroca for this. Aroca.
Well,
none of
close.
us are right. Yeah.
But yeah, probably gonna be my last one for a podcast for a while. I'm going on holiday come Monday. We're going to Greece, and then I'll come back here for a day. Then 2 weeks, I'm off to Portugal. So yeah,
you're living the fucking jet setter life.
3 weeks off work. Like I'm surprised they allowed it, and I was like, yeah.
Dude,
literally didn't take
bro.
I didn't take any days off holiday until like June, because I was like, okay, now I've got all this holiday saved up. I'm gonna take it all at once. But yeah, I probably won't be here for a while. I'll try to make the odd cameo and stuff, but I don't know how good the Wi-Fi is out there, to be honest. So that's why I'm sort of a question mark. But yeah, thank you again all for joining us. If you want to follow us on Twitter, make sure to follow Chris there. You could follow me here. And once I find Danny's, there we go, you can follow him there. Also, don't forget to follow us at Sporting160EN. We're so close, 300 away still-ish from 1,000 subscribers. So please make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to us. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. You know, TikTok's been popping off recently. So yeah, make sure to follow us there, especially if you don't have time to watch this whole thing. The main highlights will be on there anyway. But yeah, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.